loop, she's living the dream, crafting magic, soft and serene. Break crochet, the wobble queen. Granny squares and textured waves, she's turning yarn into handmade frames. With every stitch, she sets the tone, a crafty vibe all of her own. She's stitching joy in every row, with colors bright and yarny glow. From loop to loop, she's living the dream, crafting magic, soft and serene. Break crochet, the wobble queen. Join the scene, hang with the kindest wobble queen. Break crochet, break crafting smiles the handmade way. She's stitching joy in every row, with colors bright and yarny glow. From loop to loop, she's living the dream, crafting magic, soft and serene. Break crochet, the wobble queen. Follow, join the scene, hang with the kindest wobble queen. Break crochet, crafting smiles the handmade way. A yarny legend crochet queen, hooks in hand with flair so keen. Break crochet, the wobble queen. She's stitching joy in every row, with colors bright and yarny glow. From loop to loop, she's living the dream, crafting magic, soft and serene. Break crochet, the wobble queen. Squares and textured waves, she's turning yarn into handmade frames. With every stitch, she sets the tone, a crafty vibe all of her own. She's stitching joy in every row, with colors bright and yarny glow. From loop to loop, she's living the dream, crafting magic, soft and serene. Break crochet, the wobble queen. So drop that follow, join the scene, hang with the kindest wobble queen. Break crochet, break crafting smiles the handmade way. She's stitching joy in every row, with colors bright and yarny glow. From loop to loop, she's living the dream, crafting magic, soft and serene. Break crochet, the wobble queen. Break crochet, the wobble queen. So drop that follow, join the scene, hang with the kindest wobble queen. Break crochet, crafting smiles the handmade way. In a cozy corner of the twitchy scene lives a yarny legend crochet queen. Hooks she's living the dream, crafting magic, soft and serene. Break crochet, the bubble queen. Granny squares and textured waves, she's turning yarn into handmade face. With every stitch, she sets the tone, a crafty vibe all of her own. She's stitching joy in every row, with colors bright and yarny glow. From loop to loop, she's living the dream, crafting magic, soft and serene. Break crochet, the bubble queen.
I didn't find myself by the way. It said it was me.
Oh, it says they've subscribed for 25 months.
Yeah, but it didn't. My Prime sub isn't for a couple of days.
Okay. Maybe you did last month and you didn't show it. I don't know. Anyway, thank you, Papa, for the Prime sub. Thank you, Panther, for being first. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I am actually just sewing, weaving my ends in on this, the hot dog. We're going to get to working on the second panel here in a minute as soon as I weave this last end in. And the math on this, lining this up because it's a rectangle and it has odd numbers. Hi, Holly, Picking Halls. How are you doing? This is my math so far. I am using plenty of stitch markers to stitch it down to make sure that I have it even on both sides. I'm pretty positive I do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I'm about to start my commute to work. Well, be careful. So this is what I got. This is what we're working on. This is where I got yesterday. Okay, that is the front end. So we are going to continue on working on this, the white, the yellow, and then the red. As I peer and look, because I feel like I've lost a color of yarn, which I haven't, but I feel like I have. So how is everyone doing today? So I'm going to move this like this up. Well, we're going to do it like this so we know what we're working on. How is everyone doing today? And again, I'm using my 4mm hook, and we are using Big Twist white. I'm trying to use up, I will say this, awake and doing good. Awake and doing good is a good thing. Biscuit got me up at 7:30 this morning. I will say this, maybe next week on part of the stream, maybe I will rearrange this wall up here. And I've got to get everything listed for my 1,000 follower stream. You can crochet, technically, Picking Halls. You can pick anything you want. Hey, Ernie Pixie, welcome in, Raiders, welcome in. How are you doing? Yarny, how was your stream? Welcome in. What was your stream? How was your stream? What were you making? Picking Halls, you can make anything you want next week. Anything you want. Welcome in. Hi, friend. I was working on a knitted tank top. Oh, I know. She does. She does a lot of wearables. She does a lot of wearables. She should have her own clothes store, but I think she's keeping her in the Princess Bee clothes. I know Princess Bee gets a lot of stuff, so she does. She likes clothes. So welcome in everybody from the raid. those of you who do not know me, my name is Bray Crochet, and I crochet. I do woobles, and I've done. Oh, here's my yarn. It's everywhere on top of this. This is a loopable. Must run for a tad. Oh no, 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 that is fine. If you have to raid and run, you raid and run. Thank you for the raid. I will give your people back to you in one piece. Thank you for bringing me and trusting me with your community this early in the morning because my mouth is all tongue tied up. Yeah, I've been. Papa said he wouldn't trust you. That's okay. Papa doesn't have a vote here right now. But anyway, I mainly crochet. I do a lot of woobles. But right now I am working on commissions that people have asked for me to do. And if they choose to watch while I make their commission, that is a plus for them. But today I am working on this. It's this applique that I'm working on, a granny square rectangle with a hot dog. And we are working on the second piece. It's going to be like this. It's going to be a bag. And I am trying to work it all out right now. So we are starting on the white of this, and and this is a paid pattern. Oh, crappy doodles. I didn't put the pattern up. Hold on. Let me look real fast. It won't take me but a minute because I have it already pretty much. Let's keep that one. That one. Let's get rid of that. Okay. So I thought I had it, but I don't. But it won't take me very long to find it. But how is everyone doing on this Father's Day? I'm doing great. Pop, we did our Father's Day yesterday. Just for the kids' sake. For the kids' sake. Unfortunately, Picking Halls was not here, but she did give from afar. Did you finish putting that thing together last night?
Tired after you put me to work in your
Oh, yeah, I put
field out there.
I put Papa to work in the garden last
Yeah,
night.
first
You,
thing I was gonna do is, I feel like looking at me like that.
you chose to put the fence up because of the dog. I didn't make you put the fence up.
What was the alternative? To watch you run around like Benny Hill trying to catch a dog all day?
Okay, hold on. Woman walking on a wire. I know the woman's store name. Here we go. I've got her store up. Now let's see. She's got a lot of cool stuff in her store. Oh, that's a cute little. I might have to buy that one. I bought several things out of this store, and I will say this: she does very well with her patterns. Why can I not find the one I'm working on? Maybe she doesn't have it out anymore. Okay, there it is. I was like, I know she didn't not have it out on her store. But anyway, it's a paid pattern. Very well written. She actually has videos that go with it. So, I mean, and I do love a good video when Crafty, how are you doing? I'm yapping my mouth, not looking at everything, pasting. What are you doing?
Dancing.
Oh, okay. Um, thank you for the check-in. Thank you for the check-in, Crafty. I pinned it. Anyway, so this is what day 2, what we're working on, and I've tried to hook this up. I'm going to be working on the other little squares that go with it here. I probably invisible joining and doing it. But we're going to work on this and we're going to see how far. I mean, I only have 3 rows to get, but that could take. Okay, Biscuit, you didn't have to snort on that one either. He's like, yeah, it'll take forever to do that. He actually, this morning when I started getting everything ready, he went to herd Papa, and that's what I'm going to call it. He herded him, kind of rounding him up, trying to get him to get on the ball and all kinds of stuff to come in here and sit so he can have both of his humans. That fan's blowing on him, making his eyes water. Here's the fan. Look at me worrying about the dog and his eyes watering. I am doing good today. We did yesterday we did a lunch and like a brinner. I'm gonna call it a linner. We did a linner yesterday, a lunch dinner or a lupper, however you want to, depending on what you are or who you are, where you are. But anyway, we did that for Papa's Papa's Father's Day yesterday. So we did that, and KK stayed around. We played a couple games. I had Supreme on in the background so that we could support. But we had fun yesterday. We really did. We had fun yesterday. And Crafty is on a 3-stream streak. Woo! And next Saturday, I will be celebrating my achievement of I'm celebrating on my stream the achievement of getting 1,000 followers. And I'm going to give back and do some giveaways on some little crochet kits, and we're going to have fun. I welcome everyone who wants to join to come in. But Picking Halls will be here, and she just asked what would she be working on, and I told her she could work on whatever she wanted to, bring her favorite project. We'll probably talk later on this week, just to see if we want to do the same thing. I am doing a coaster. She may want to do the same coaster or a coaster of that sort. It's a coaster that Linda's Crochet suggested, and so did Axis. I think both of them suggested it. Axis suggested it a while back, and then Linda actually found I think a free pattern. So I'm really happy about that. Free is good. Free is good. So I am going to. Ooh, Lordy day, my leg itches, and I don't know why. Probably because I was out working in my garden all day yesterday. Not really. I planted the 6 plants down, and y'all, I can tell you this right now. My oh, you're gonna do no, it's not an animal butt. It's though I think somebody does want me to make them some. Yes. Oh gosh, I forgot about that. I need to do those coasters too. Everybody's like placing orders now, and I wrote that down. And I got 3 commissions right now, and I've got to get to going. I should do the chicken ones as a gift because my supervisor, she has chickens, and I got on to her the other day. Do not know why I got on to her, but I did. She was talking to me about her chickens, and she's lost 2 out of all of the chickens she's had over all the years. And She was talking about, yeah, you know, I spend more money on them than anything, and they're like her pets. They really are. And I was like, I mean, I said, I know that the price of eggs are horrendous nowadays. I know they are because I go to the grocery store and Papa and I do have eggs. We hard boil them. We, I eat them for breakfast, that kind of thing. And I said, but you giving these people in here these eggs for free? I said, no. I said, if you do nothing but charge them what they can, I mean, these are eggs that she feeds her chickens good. And I was like, there are people that pay for or get eggs like you have. And oh, well, I don't know, maybe I just go to the wrong place. But well, if you want organic eggs at like Kroger or something, they're like $10 a box. And I just think that's ridiculous. I just think it's ridiculous. Now I'm probably I would say I am on the we do buy the cheaper eggs. So, but when I worked at Walmart, I did get the bigger box of eggs. So, yes. But yeah, if she's going to sell organic eggs, if she sold her eggs, she could sell her eggs for less than the $10 and people would pay for them. But I just think some people use people too much. She she does it out of kindness. Um, Now I will say this, when her chickens are laying a lot of eggs, she does donate a lot of eggs to like kitchens, like food kitchens and stuff, so that people that do go to those places can get eggs. And since they're eggs that aren't pasteurized and washed, they can last in those food kitchens until they can give them out to people. At least that's the way I look at it. But oh, Pig and Halls is in here for no other reason. She has some of her chicken eggs that some are blue. I don't know which one of her chickens do that, but I've seen them. So I could never have chickens. After seeing what she's went through the last 3 years with these chickens, there's no way. Huh? Well,
We don't check.
okay, it has nothing to do with that. Her chickens are sweet chickens. It's just they get like stuff called like bumblefoot. Yeah, it's just whatever.
Check.
But anyway, oh yeah, she did. Oh, how is she doing with the if it's the one I'm thinking of, the one that has the dogs, the chickens, maybe a horse. I have no idea. Well, my supervisor found out she's only allowed to have 6 chickens where she lives. That's all the principality wherever she lives will allow you to have, and she has 12. And she said somebody said something to her husband about it, and he says, well, you're gonna have to do if you want to turn her in, that's fine. But he said it's not gonna be great because she's not gonna pick 6 of them to get rid of. She's not doing it. She's not doing it. So let me count this. 2, 3, 6. Okay, we did that right. I couldn't remember whether she worked for the same place or not. Well, I will say this. I thought I had 2 cucumber plants, 6 for him and 6 for her. Yes, they could claim innocence, they could. Um, I I thought I got cucumber plants, but I got 1 squash plant and 2 zucchinis, which I know a zucchini is a squash too. Te technically technically, isn't it a squash? A zucchini? But anyway, so, I will say this, I better have some children that are gonna want some zucchinis. Well, anyway, I thought I was getting 2 cucumber plants because we like cucumbers, but I got 2 squash and 2 zucchinis and 1 squash. The orange one, not a spaghetti squash, but it's a what they call it, a flathead. I don't know. When I went to get my gas this morning, because I buy my gas on Sundays, because I looked it up, and in our county, Sunday is the cheapest day where they have the cheapest prices for gas. I don't know. Check your gas buddy if that's what you need, because I think it was off of that app. But anyway, so I went and got my gas this morning, got a couple things for this week, for lunches and stuff. And I looked at the plants they had at the grocery store just to see if they had any cucumbers, because I was like, oh, I'll just get some cucumbers and I'll let them sit on my patio table underneath the pergola cover. Until I can get the other, well, Papa gets the other thing built. And I couldn't find any. They only had bell peppers and tomatoes. Well, all kinds of peppers and tomatoes. So right now we're just working a double crochet into each stitch all the way around to make the white border. And then we're going to pick up the yellow. We're going to do the yellow, and then we're going to do the red. And then I'm going to make some of these squares and try to get this all worked out, hopefully. Because the way this is like 7.5 by 5.25 or something like that. As I'm yawning, I'm so sorry. This is 7.5 by 5.5 right here. This one is. And I've already been told by my youngest that when she came yesterday, she says, "Oh, I like that hot dog that you posted on your Instagram." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And she goes, "I want it." And I was like, "Oh, you can't have it. This is for somebody that ordered it." She was like, "I need you to make me one." So I think I'm gonna be making hot dogs for a while. Papa said we should make it our family crest. It's an inside joke. I don't know what it was, but all I know is I got text with everybody holding a hot dog. And yes, everybody was taking pictures of hot dogs, but KK held up she held up Walter?
She would have had Dean in it.
I mean Dean. She held Dean up because that was her hot dog.
I did something funny for mine. I'd have to look back.
You probably will be able to find it. Fun fact, I read that strawberries are not true berries and that bananas are. Wow. I've always wanted to know, do bananas have seeds? How do you, because I learned, okay, um, now I understand that, some people may have whatever. Okay, there's a show on Netflix with Zach Galifianakis. I'm probably saying his name wrong. Don't come at me. But anyway, and it's all about growing a garden. And he said he started growing a garden, and he has a big garden. But I mean, he has lots of money to have a big garden, greenhouse, all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's nice. Well, anyway, it's 6 shows, and I learned, and I think I told y'all this, I learned that grapes aren't there. If you want grapes, you have to graft a grape onto a grapevine onto another stem, because bananas have seeds and they're terrifying to look at. Okay, ours are genetically modified. Well, anyway, so true berries, bananas, tomatoes, avocados, and watermelons. Not true berries, strawberries, raspberries, and blackberries. Ooh, that's a lot to have to.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, we have blueberries in the fridge. We need to eat them. I don't care if I have biscuit. You want some blueberries? I know you'll eat them.
I don't care if they're good for dogs because he's not the typical dog.
Well, no, you couldn't just give him one or two. Biscuit can't just have one or two. He's like, he looks at everything like it's a Lay's potato chip. You can't just have one. He has a very sensitive GI tract. And his body doesn't absorb. It is weird. It's very weird. His body doesn't absorb nutrients the way other dogs do. He's weird. He doesn't do really good with any kind of fatty food. But I know the berries aren't, but it does add extra calories, and he is on a calorie. We have to keep him calorie conscious. Hey. Hold on, guys. I got somebody that wants to see me. She's staring me down, people. She's staring me down. Nope. The peep just called. She's like, she has her moments. Like when I would live, the last time I went and I spent the weekend with them, we decided that's the last time I'm gonna be able to sneak out like at 5 o'clock in the morning to come home, because I sleep in the room that's right down the hallway from hers. And she was like, my oldest daughter said she came to the door and hit the door because I close the door when I leave. So she was like, you can't leave anymore, because it's not comprehending. And she's like, well, she was in there. Where is she at? Where did she go? And she said, no more sneaking out, Mom. You're going to have to say goodbye from now on. And I was like, okay. I do like my peaceful morning drives, like on my way back from there, because there's nobody usually on the road real early in the morning except for the truck drivers. So it's just really peaceful. You don't get bottlenecked up into any kind of traffic jam or anything like that. But I was gonna call them before. I know Peep comes first now. Um, I was gonna call them before I streamed, but I also knew that they were on their, like, mini Father's Day Peep vacation, because it's her birthday this weekend and Father's Day. So, Monday. Um, so isn't it? Sorry. Um, but, these are half double crochets that I have to be making, not double crochets. But, yeah, so it's their birthday, so they went on a quiet vacation this weekend. I think my daughter needed it. I think she needed to be able to kinda get away and relax. And Peep is on her way. She, I think they did it they've been working with her, um, so that hopefully next year, I think it's in February or March, she'll be able, if she follows the plan, continues to gain weight, and does really good with um, eating without feeds, she will be able to get her G tube out next March, I think. She has to get through flu season. They will not do the surgery during flu season on a child that has a G tube, because if they get sick, it's just a lot easier to administer the medicines. So, anyway, I will say this, I'm very proud of both my daughter and son-in-law, because they could because it's very hard, I think, very, very hard when it comes to a G tube fed baby. It's very easy to say, "Oh, we'll just feed her through the tube because it's easier." And they've made sure that she tastes all kinds of food, and she loves food. Like, I left 2 chicken pot pies, and I was told that they probably would not be there when I came back again, because Peep would be eating them. And they said for the last 2 days, she has not had a feeding, so she has to go 6 months, so doing that, so she will go longer than 6 months. And then we found out that Christmas is gonna be really enjoyable, because they sent us a video of her unwrapping the presents my mom sent, and, oh, she loves unwrapping paper. I thought he was over here because my little kids drifted and made a noise. So we're doing half double crochets around this, um, round. Trying to keep everything nice and neat on the back end. I will say this, picking hauls, we will talk later, but I will say this. I am on chapter 57, and there's 9 more chapters, I think 9 more chapters to go. And I am telling you, you're right. This book is, right now it is dragging. It is dragging, literally. Before I was like, "Oh, it's going, it's going, it's going." And then poop, stops. So, but we will talk later. I will send you a couple texts later. Okay. So, does anyone have plans today to celebrate their Father's Day on this day? Or is it just a whole weekend thing? not celebrating at all. I will say this after I do this hot dog, and I'm only doing the blue and yellow because it's specific to the person who commissioned this project. The blue and the yellow has to be the colors that they are here. And I was lucky enough to have yarn that was in this. I just have to be lucky enough that the yellow makes it because this yellow is all that I have left. I think I will be able to because I made one whole side yesterday of the little squares. So I think that I will have enough. And since I'm not using yellow in any of the joining for the joining of these squares, I think we'll be doing great. We will be doing great. So I haven't counted. I guess I should count and make sure that I'm should be right because one underneath it was right. So 17. So I think today, after I get done, I do have a little bit of laundry to do. Hi, Sir Fabulous Petey. Welcome in. The wolf, he huffed and puffed. Wait, I mean, where's the pig having a time to the video cast? Oh, pigs are very intelligent creatures. They just snuck one by the wolf. Snuck one by the wolf. How are you doing today, Sir Fabulous? Hopefully as fabulous as your name. We are making a hot dog granny rectangle and an applique. But this is the applique and this is around it. So we're doing pretty darn good. So at least we're going with the pig thing. Because a hot dog could be made a pig, couldn't it? Pork hot dog. Count just in case. Heck yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. We all, yes, all the cool kids hang out. I'm lucky that the cool kids come to my stream. So I'm lucky all the cool kids come to my stream. But, you know, because it's because I'm a redhead. I know it is. I'm just gonna say that. You never know what you're going to get with me. You really don't. Never know. Not like a box of chocolates, but yes, I do get a lot of drive-bys. And it is fun, Panther. I, I enjoy the conversation. I enjoy the conversation. I don't know if y'all do, but I do. Oh, me conversing.
Chance to talk with people who have similar interests.
Yes, it's my chance to talk to people who have similar interests. If you guys would have seen me mathing this out yesterday, um, nowhere in my wildest dreams did I think that mathing something in my mind, oh, this has got to be simple. Trying to get it to 29 because it was 29 across, trying to figure it out so that it would fit on the bag and look decent. And I was like, well, technically, brain, as long as you get it into a good rectangle, it should be fine. I'm dealing with pain in my head caused by pressure pain in my nose. I'll be needing to schedule an appointment to get my nose looked at. Oh, I'm going to tell you what. Papa went to an ENT doctor, and I don't know if the doctor just didn't care or what. Sometimes I think that some of the doctors that when they get to a certain, and I hate to be this way, well, when they get to a certain age and they're like checked out, they just need to check out. They they need to quit seeing patients because if they're not going to, he just told him, "Oh, that's normal for your age."
What?
The ENT doctor you went to see,
Told me.
that your hearing was normal for your age. I thought he did.
No, what he told me was more whatever than that. When they told me that I had some minor hearing loss, I said, "Oh, is that normal for someone my age?" And he laughed and went, "No, it's normal for a 70-year-old."
Oh, okay.
So that's why I haven't gone back to him. Because to him, he just thought it was funny that I had the hearing loss, I guess.
Oh, well, I worked with a manager once that went to an ENT, and the ENT doctor told him that he was like, "I'm having a hard time hearing things." And the ENT doctor told him, "No, you're just having a hard time hearing women because they speak at a different decibel." No, no, I remember him specifically saying because the guy said he told
Because he told me it would be women that I stop hearing.
maybe he went to the same doctor.
He did. Not many ENT doctors. Right? This kind of big.
And I was like, "Oh, so
Okay, I'm going to an audiologist.
okay, you go to an audiologist by the
Yeah,
end of
but
the
you know what? I'll just get one of those horns sticking in here.
Papa's a nut.
Huh? What'd you say? Speaking of my horn. Hey, at least I can take my blows, keep on.
Yeah, that's what he told the manager that I worked with. He was like, "Just tell your wife that it's your whatever." And I was like, "Well, that's kind of rude." And he was like, "Well, that's what he told me to tell her. That's her decibels." And then he told, and because we were all women that he worked with, he was like, "That's why I'm just don't hear y'all." I was like, "No, it's called selective hearing. You don't want to hear, especially the women he worked with, because the majority of them complained." I was just like, I didn't complain. I was just like, "Can I go home now?" That to me, that's not a complaint. That's a question. Like, I'm done with my work for the day. Can I go home now? And it's getting that way right now at the job that I'm working at. It's like I'm done with my job usually by lunchtime, and I have to find things to do. And I'm just like, can I just work 6 hours and go home? And I think that's why the lady that is our supervisor at the new company is trying to get us computers set up so that we can work on both systems so we can start getting used to doing what we're going to be doing when we work from home. So my auntie is really good. Up, she always checks up on her mother when she was, oh, that is nice. That is nice. Now, I will say that the surgeon that I had for my hernia, she was nice. I felt she was very, very personable in the fact that she could have just been like, this is what I'm going to do. This is what you need to do. Bye. But she just seemed very concerned, I thought, more than some doctors. Some doctors around here they just, next patient, next. And sometimes I understand that because I work on the other side and see like what our doctors get, the claims come in that the building gets paid, the facility gets paid. Sometimes it's just ridiculous. But we're not going to go there. We're not going to go there. So we're on the last round of this. And then we're going to sew some of these squares together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I counted that wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. So hmm, maybe, you know what? We're going to start out little with these, and I'm going to have to find more stitch markers. I have a lot of stitch markers in other projects. And after I get done with these 1, 2, 3 commissions, um, then I am going to, I have to get to working on the rest of the letters for Penelope's banner. I only have 2 weeks. I have 3 weeks, including today. Yes, I do, because it's the 12th.
I forgot.
Yeah. But I should have all three of these. This one, I feel like I could have done by midweek. The other two, the
Letters are hot.
the hot dog one, I can have this one done by Wednesday. The coasters that were asked for and the bee, depending on if I take everything, the coasters I could take to work and work on those at work during my lunch breaks and probably be done with those by Wednesday as well. So, and the bee probably Friday. And then that would give me 2 weeks to work on letters. I have 3 letters done, which isn't a lot for Penelope Rose, but do have a lot of what do you want to call it? Um s- of the same letter. Like there's 4 E's in her name. So
That was just the matter. Just it'll be fun.
I work very well under pressure anyway.
You love. You put yourself through. Well,
I think that's the ADHD in me. Just putting it off to the last minute.
they say that there are certain. I saw this a couple weeks. There are people with this thing. I don't remember what it's labeled, what they call it, but that there are people that basically I don't remember how it's exactly put, so this is gonna be whatever. But they get to the point where they're so good at something or they're so confident in what they can do that it builds this sense of like, or it's where they're like bored, basically. Subconsciously, they're bored
Uh-huh.
with it, and so they put themselves under pressure because they actually, like you said, perform better under pressure.
Be glad her name and yes, that's true. If her name was that, I would be crocheting forever. But I could probably take the letters to work and work on them because if I started just making E's, it's the same pattern over and over.
Think
Yes. And I do like, and I know this sounds weird, not maybe this might sound weird to you, but it probably wouldn't sound weird to another crocheter. I like that she has a chart of the stitches that you gotta now they're all single crochets, so it doesn't matter. But she has a chart, so I don't have to read it. I just have to look at it. And yes, it is reading it, but it's not reading. I'm looking at it. I know how many I've got to do. I don't know. I'm sure some crafters won't understand what I'm saying. Charts are nice because then if you have questions, you can look at the chart. And to me, it just sometimes it's easier if you have a chart or even a video, but a chart is, I don't know. I like me some charts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. See, Crafty does too. He likes charts. It's just easier sometimes because somebody could write something wrong and think they wrote it right. Because if you don't have somebody, like if I wrote a pattern, I would literally give it to like Crafty, Fairy Dust, Axis, maybe Unicorn, Panther, Linda, let them read over it and be like, you might have missed something here. Because I would rather it be another crocheter that did it, that read through it than like AI or something like that, because they might not necessarily. I've seen what ChatGPT did with those cursed crochet patterns. So, yes, with Emmys, it's hard to have a chart. but I would offer it up to people in my community to say, "Hey, do you want to read through this pattern? You can test it if you want. What do you feel? Where do you feel the language needs to be changed?" And I need to get that cigarette blanket out and see what people think. And because I would like to do that as a pattern since I did mine in a Suzette stitch instead of a double crochet, a half double crochet, a single crochet. I didn't do it in any of those stitches. Just to give people an option. Okay, an ad break will be starting soon. Let me do this. Let me see something. Okay. Let's do this. So, anyway, let's see. And we're going to do invisible join here. And then we're going to be invisible joining a lot of granny squares because I made a bunch yesterday and going to be lining them up and 1, 2. As we move along in the grand scheme of things. I need to look something up real fast. Okay. I am going to, while we're sitting here and we're doing this, I will have to look that up after string because I just thought of something really cool. Really cool. Okay. There we go. So now we are done with, oh, we still have to surface. What in the world am I thinking? We still have to surface crochet. Here I was thinking I was done. Welcome back, everyone. We're going to start the surface crochet of the hot dog part, just to outline the bun, the hot dog, and the bun. And I am doing the outline of this bun in Studio Classic by Nicole. And some of you may know this is from AC Moore. This was their name brands was Studio Classic by Nicole. And so I'm using it's golden yellow. Like I said, I am trying to use up some of these colors that I don't know what I would make out of it. But I am attempting to use some of my yarns to make things, and I'm splitting that into all kinds of mess. I loved AC Moore. I will say, I just did. I loved AC Moore. I would where they were at, it would AC Moore was a little bit further to go. And I would go up there and I just loved their whole thing. They had such a good color choice. They really did. They had good colors. And again, when they went out of business, Michaels bought them too. But Michaels didn't do anything with them like they did with Joann's. Like, I mean, I will say this, Michaels has saved the Big Twist brand of yarn and put it in their stores. I always liked AC Moore's. I would have thought that Michaels would have done well. I mean, I guess it just depends. I mean, I think there were a lot of people that Joann's was a big thing. At least here it was. And I don't know. I don't know what when a company buys another company and they buy the rights to like what makes them decide, well, we're not going to do that.
It's crazy to me as a crap. Joanne, like it was comfortable to shop in.
Hello, Aranita. How are you doing? Yes. Thank you for the check-in. Joanne just didn't know how to balance her checkbook. Obviously. A lot of people here in Tennessee, a lot of crafters in Tennessee were begging Dolly Parton to buy it. But I just think our Michaels now, I will say this. I watched a crafter the other day. Now, I did buy my yarn at Michaels, the Big Twist yarn. I did buy it at Michaels. But there was a Karen Cakes yarn. And I remember when you could go into Michaels and buy Karen Cakes for maybe $8, $12, depending on what kind it was. And it was $14.99. And I just think that I was telling Papa, I just think that people are just jumping on the bandwagon to your good finishing coffee and about to continue your sea turtle, Amy. Oh, that is great. I'm doing fine. I'm getting ready to go on a rant about yarn prices. I just don't understand where you can even justify 100%, a 70 to 100% increase in price. Now, people can say, oh, tariffs. It doesn't raise at 70 to 100%. It doesn't. I think people are just trying to price gouge us crafters to out of the wazoo. And I'm pretty positive that a lot of yarn comes from Turkey. There's no way. At least mine says made in Turkey. Made in Turkey. I don't know what kind of sheep they have in Turkey, but goodness gracious. Shouldn't be that bougie. And I'm done with my rant. Just like that. Over and done. Okay. So I'm just surface crocheting around this little hot dog. And I know it's not, I got a curled edge. So it's not like I'm really actually giving a good visual on this. When she does the video to show you how to surface crochet, I was like, why in my wildest dreams was I making this harder than it had to be? Whenever I would see people surface crochet, I was like, oh God, that's gotta be so hard to do. Yeah, and blending brushes. If it has the word crafting on them, is yes, it is. I there are some things that I will buy, like, I know this sounds really crazy, but there are some things that I will buy from a different department because I know if I go to that different department, let's just say I wanted to make something that, where else could I go? In sporting goods. Let's just say in sporting goods, they have a fishing line and but you wanted to buy, um, like some kind of wire or something. I'm back. Sent you a DM. Check after your stream. Okay. Yes, sir. Crafty. And I mean that with all the love in the world. And I really do. Crafty's trying to keep me straight in a way. Keep me on track. I know. Yes, Papa just said good luck, Crafty. It's he's been trying to do that for years and it's not working. I mean, that's just what he says. I don't agree with him. I'm not very hard to deal with. But I don't know if I did this right, but we're gonna see. I can't remember how I did it the last time. Someone has to, between me and Papa. Shush up. I'm actually oh, he's fine. I will say this. I was very happy for my grocery points today when I bought my gas. Oh no. Then I did that wrong. I did that wrong. Do this. Do, do. Yeah, I was because I got it like 90 cents off on the gallon. Now, mind you, I do honestly, um, I do buy my gas once yes, yes. The Piggly Wiggly used to could get a greenback stamp and you filled up a book. And I don't really remember everything, but I do remember that. I do remember that. We would come home from grocery shopping, and it was a big thing if you got to lick the stamps and put them in the book. The things that excited me as a child. My mother's like, yeah, you can lick those stamps because she didn't want to do it because it was nasty butt glue. When Dixie had, yes. But me and my sister thought that was a big thing that to go home and get to lick the stamps and put it in the book. My sister might not remember it, but I do. I'll have to ask her the next time I see her, which will be in a few months anyway. She remembers fighting over who got to lick the stamps. Just stupid stuff. You used a sponge. Well, you were smarter than we were. You were smarter than we were. When Papa and I were out watering the garden yesterday, well, he was watering it, and we were stretching the hose out. What did you say? And you said, we were talking about the hose, and you said, yeah, it causes cancer.
We used to joke that drinking water out of the hose.
Yeah, because when I got my breast cancer, people asked me, oh, did they tell you how you got it? And I was like, no. I said, no, I said it wasn't genetic. And they were like, well, how did you get it? And I was like, oh, from drinking water out of a water hose. And people were like, really? They believe me. Y'all, I shouldn't joke about crap like that because people will believe that stuff. And I wasn't meaning it to be whatever. It was more, I was like, I really don't know. You're asking me something, a question I don't know the answer to. And, just one of the, we didn't do the stamps. Think only one or two places had them, but my mom was a big coupon clipper. She had a large box with dividers for different sections of the grocery. Morning, Linda. How are you doing? Thank you for the check-in. She didn't go to the grocery store without her coupon. Yes, my mom, and way back in the day when we lived up north, my mom, our basement had a pantry in it. And so my mom would go like at the beginning of the month and she would use all of her coupons for the cans or anything like that she would get. And then once a week we would get she would only go for like bread, meat, anything and the meat got frozen. Like if she found it on sale, she got a bunch of it and it went in the freezer. Dated and wrapped and everything. And my mom was a big couponer too. But life was so much simpler back then. Taking the trash and stuff out in between the rainstorms. Linda, you be careful. The only time we would ever get a newspaper was to get the coupons or if we had an assignment in English class, like current events. And when you got the coupons, it was either Sunday or the Wednesday paper in my area. Those were the only two ones that had like the really big coupons. Like Sunday had all the manufactured coupons and stuff like that. But then there would be some local coupons on Wednesday. I think that's the only kind of stuff we get now. I got a real nice envelope the other day from a company that does windows. Papa's going to know who it is because they always say, "We noticed you need new windows." No, we don't. No, we don't. And I know, but yesterday we got a pretty envelope with handwriting on it from them, and it said, "Hello, neighbor. We noticed you needed new windows." I think what they do now, the people that do that, I think what they do is they go into um the property records of the houses. I really do. I'm gonna scratch my back, people, because back scratch is itching. Yes. We would say the box labels and the box tops too. Campbell's soup labels. Um, I think they just go into the property data and they see that you have a house that's over a certain amount of an age home, and they just go, "Oh, they must need." Yeah. Okay, I see something I don't like. We're gonna see. Oh, Oh, just so you know, Crafty, I don't have to check now because my phone just popped up and told me what you said. But I will do that immediately after stream. I would be honored. Okay. This one looks a little better than that one. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. It's crochet. It's not going to be the same exact way every time. Not in my world, it's not. Not in my world. I don't care if I did the same pattern 15 times. I'm telling you right now. Telling you right now. It would probably 15 different versions of it. And I tell people all the time when they go, well, you've made 10 of those. Yeah, but I'm telling you, each one of them's unique. There's a mistake in every one of them. It's not the same mistake. And you'll never be able to find it. I can. I don't really tell them there's a mistake, but okay. Welcome back, Linda. I get phone calls about replacing windows, roofing, or siding. Yep. I love when I get messages like text message that says, "Hi, Papa. We noticed that you did this." Blah, 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 blah." And I'm like, I know he did not use my phone number. Because he's not gonna I'm not gonna have somebody call him, and he's not gonna have somebody call me. Because but I do love him. And sad thing of it is the phone, I think when we got the phones, it's all in my name. Yeah, but they shouldn't be texting me saying, "Hi, Papa." I get those, occasionally. We
I don't
noticed.
understand why, because your phone number isn't even on the internet.
I know. I don't know. But I feel for you, Crafty, because you're like, dude, I can't make any decisions on this house. What are you doing sending me stuff? Okay. This one looks like a little better of a hot dog, but it's okay. It's all right. Okay. I think I've got it now. House is only 20 years old. It's not falling apart. I know. Now, when we did get our windows, we did need new windows. They were the original windows from when the lady had bought the house. When they painted the windows, when they redid some stuff in the house, they painted the windows shut. So really, um, there were only 3 windows in the house that could open up. So when we got the windows, we needed to. We really did. And it was a riot because we had to move from room to room with Biscuit. So while they were doing the downstairs windows, we were upstairs, but they had people doing the front and the back windows at the same time. So what we ended up doing was we started in this room, and when they did the upstairs for the back of the house, we just switched. When they got done with Papa's room, we switched to his room. But they were fast. They had like 5 or 6 people, and they got it all done in one day. So it's okay. We're gonna do it anyway. Okay, hold on. We're gonna go there. We're gonna go there. And we're gonna go there. Do. My hubby gets around 10 spam calls a day on his cell phone, and I never get any on my cell. Guess, you know. And I don't think putting your phone on the do not call registry even helps anymore. I really don't. I really don't. Man, by the time KK gets one of these hot dogs, I'm gonna be a pro at making hot dogs. Hers is gonna be perfect. Hers is gonna be a perfect little hot dog. There's that one. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, so much for the hot dog pro. So much for it. I didn't mess up. I did mess up. I just don't know how to fix it. There we go. I sewed it to the wrong side. It's okay. It'll come off. We all make mistakes. Yours comes from outside the country? Oh. That's really odd. Okay. We're gonna do this way. I will get mad at myself if I pull any of these stitches that I don't need to pull. I don't know why in the world. I even put that there so I would know which side was the front side. I wonder if I can just, you know what? Let's see if I can just. This won't be that hard to pull backwards. It's not. But anyway, I get the ones that are from the same area code. Yeah. And what's funny is I'm like, because of where we live, it's weird how the area codes are. because I'm like, yeah, go ahead and call. Because it doesn't work like that. Now, I will ask, this is a weird question. I've heard that if you call 911 and your phone number has a different area code than where you're at, it automatically directs you to the area code of where your 911, your area code would be.
It should be the location.
I just heard that.
I
I've watched,
think that's wrong.
well, I've watched a lot of little crime shows and they'll be like,
Idaho, and I call 911 from my cell phone in the county I'm from.
to call it, you call that 911. You call the area code that you're in, that 911. No, it doesn't make sense. That's why I was wondering if they updated it from the last crime shows I've watched. Then fine, Crafty can say I'm wrong. You can't. He can't. Like one time they were calling from Berlin, Maryland. There is only houses and I can guarantee you have, yes. I hate when they do that too. No, I didn't know because I was watching an old crime show, like Murder in the Heartland, and somebody called and they were right on the edge. Maybe that's why, because they were right on the edge of the county and they went to the wrong 911. Maybe they were too close to whatever. I don't know. But I do watch a lot of crime shows. And some of them are older. You know, I don't think they've really made a new Forensic Files ever in the last 20 years. I think you still see the old same because it looks like they're from the 80s when I watch it. So when you cause yourself a little bit of anxiety over some yarn. There we go. Whew, that one easy. Easier than I thought it was going to be. There we go. Okay. Okay. Back to the drawing board. So for the outline of the bird, the hot dog, I am taking I Love This Yard Cranberry, which is a little bit darker than the original hot dog. So we're back on the right side. Yes, the hook is coming in handy. So let me see here. I know where this has got to go in. I've just got to, I did it on the other side, so it's got to go in on this side, right? So, whew, that actually raised my blood pressure a bit. The heat, if you don't mind, just a little bit. Just need to be able to cool off. Why does it feel like I'm driving through the mountains and the air pressure is just changed in the room? You know, when you're driving and your ears start popping? Yeah. Not like that, but it feels that way. Okay. Just got to get this back a little bit so that I can let you see what I'm doing. Let me tell you, Crafty, if you really knew how many crochet hooks I take when I'm driving through the mountains, it'd be great. Huh?
You just ordered my car.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I am a nut. No, no, I think that making that mistake. I told you I feel hot. No, I just drank some cold, cold water. No, I really I just feel like when I made that mistake, I think I let it get the best of me. No, I'm not in a school bus. I I'd reckon well, no, I'd go off a cliff because I feel like a lot of when I drive like to to Peepop, I always feel like there's a lot of like cliffy mountains that I drive through. I don't know. I just know that sometimes the trucks make me nervous when I'm going through, like when they're all supposed to be on the whatever lane it is they're supposed to be on. And then they say, the lane say, no trucks in this lane. And then they get in that lane anyway. Oh, that just, well, if we leave early in the morning, you'll be fine until we get to, I say, the halfway point. Then we're going to have some issues. Okay. That is what I need, an old school bus to convert into a yarn shop.
It's like your mobile market,
Yeah, I can have a mobile market.
like food trucks.
Uh-huh, like a food truck. We were talking about that yesterday, I think.
We're talking about food trucks.
Yeah, and I said, and I would love to have and they said you could have the food part and I could have the yarn part. We can have a mobile food yarn truck.
Shit. I figured.
Did he huff you?
It's true that they
Uh-huh.
he was fight. Or I guess the one on his chest, but he was ready to fight.
Well, he doesn't like that noise. Yeah.
You say that word, you can make that noise.
Okay. You wish it would rain today. Why?
I think it's cozy.
No.
I'm not the summer guy.
Hear that? Papa's not a summer guy. One of those enclosed box trailers converted to a mobile food stall thing. That would be nice. I've always wanted to have, I've been watching this guy on Instagram. He's been turning this old U-Haul truck into a truck that he can drive and live in. And it's pretty darn good, pretty darn cool what he's doing. But I would love to have like a container somewhat because no, I'm not Biscuit. I'm not going with you. the arguments that are going on right now. So, and yes, I do have my Eeyore pajamas on from yesterday because they're my cozy pants. They're my cozy pants. So, um, I am going to ask this question because I do know that what you sent me is, and if someone else already knows, that's fine. If somebody else doesn't know, that's fine. But what is the theme this year for the train? 'Cause I have to think. Oh, we're going to put this in there. Or does she not have a theme? Okay. Biscuits all lunky hunky and everything. Every summer at Summer World Tour. Okay. Okay. So it is a world tour. Okay. Like it was the first year I did it with her. I am going to have to figure out what I want to do this year.
It's up on me. Are you done with the feed?
Yeah.
Right. Hate summer.
It does get a lot. It does get very humid.
I could take spring, fall, winter. Get straight to the field.
Papa, listen to you. I don't think I I think the only thing that makes summer bad is, well, it is the heat that makes it bad.
Some people, I get it. They're built for it. They love it. They can be out in it. They love the feeling of the heat. They love being hot. They love being sweaty, stinky. They love skin cancer. They love all these other things. But I'm not one of them people. I'd rather it be freezing cold outside.
Now, I think you're carrying a little too. Highlight your state, city, town, craft room, brain, etc. Wow.
You can put layers.
True, you can.
And even then, what if you're still hungry?
True.
Air conditioning sometimes can't keep up with how humid it is. Especially like us and like to live in an igloo.
Well, I like to live in an igloo, but I also don't like living in an igloo at work. And at work, it's always 66 degrees. And I'm like, ugh. You could live in it. I couldn't.
Because I think the coziest feeling is when it's cold in the house and you cover up with like a comforter or something that just feels so good because you get a little hot under the comforter, you just peel it back. Ooh, it's nice and cold. Okay, comforter back on. Nice.
Yeah, they keep our office at 66. They say it's at 74, but I can tell you this much. I have never felt a 74 as cold as that. And when we bring in one of the girls has one of those room thermometers that you can sit up at your desk and it tells you what the temperature is. And they were arguing with her and they told her it is not 66. She says, I don't think the thermometer is lying. Not 8 degrees. And they were like, look on the computer. The computer says it's 74 in here. Like,
You can't give your internal temperature.
no. The computer tells what the thermostat is set at. No, that's what it tells you, what the thermostat is set at. It doesn't tell you what the temperature is. Yeah. So we try to be energy conscious. I think we're set at like what 68? For us it is. You don't need to tell me that. I'll be having you put that up a couple degrees. You'll have to just put the fans on a little higher.
Who pays that electric?
You do? I would say I do, but I don't. I have nothing to do with the electric bill. And I agree with Papa. I mean, if it's cold in the house and I'm too cold, I am more than happy to wrap up in a blanket, put some extra warm clothes on. Yeah, Biscuit, let me tell you, I can sleep with him, and then when he decides that he wants to reach out and touch me at night, it's usually like his whole body's up against me, and he's like an electric blanket. Here. Okay, crisis averted. Put it all back on the right side.
You made a whole.
Yeah, well, I did the hot dog part yesterday. No, this probably could have been one whole stream if we wouldn't have done Father's Day yesterday. I probably could have done it because I really wasn't hungry until like closer to 2 when KK got here, and it was like, then I was starving. But then I could have, like I sat and go, well, I could have taken one of my 3-minute breaks and maybe extended it to like a little longer. So like, maybe a 7-8 minute break and just had a or maybe take a 15-minute break and had a sandwich and then could have finished this up yesterday. What are you having?
Sloppy.
Oh, okay.
What are you having?
I'm having a sandwich. Turkey and cheese sandwich.
I'm Sloppy Joe. My leftover dessert.
Oh, okay.
I look at you looking all mad now about my leftover dessert.
Yeah, because I didn't think about dessert when I went to the grocery store.
I wouldn't be having dessert.
True, I know that. I really don't need dessert today because, to be honest,
When she comes back in town,
who?
Carmen, she comes back in town, she books, she'll have to let me know ASAP.
Oh, okay. Okay. Second little hot dog made. I feel like this one is a little bit better on the edges of the hot dog. Like I did better on it, but they both look great in the long run. They both look great. They're going to go in a bag. So that's going to be good. And then let's see. Now we are going to work on, I'm going to invisible join these because I have to invisible. Yes, every hot dog is different. It's organic. Ooh, huh?
Those are like beef.
Beef hot dogs. Okay. So, I'm going to do these because I need to have, I think the way that, hold on. That really irritates me. It just does.
It's over.
I know, but it does. Oh, little silicone bag. Put that up. Pop and I were joking because he got his Father's Day gift yesterday and had one of those silica bags in it. That is the one thing that Yeah, non-GMO. Okay. So here, just like that. So then it needs to go like this, and then yellow, yellow, because what I'm getting ready to do is we're going to go yellow, and it's going to be this, and then that way that touches that, and then this, and this. I might have to do 3 of these. I don't know. Was going to try to get away with, yeah, I think I'm going to have to do 3. So I'm going to have to little more yellow ones. Hold on. Let's see if we can. Wish I could take my camera out right now so you could see that. I could do it like, yeah, like that. Up and then, yeah, so it'll be like, unfortunately, there's going to be yellow touching a yellow and a blue touching a blue. But I think that will look good. And then once I get it all done together, do the other side. Sew the 2 sides together and then do the round at the top. And I think it'll look good. So we're going to make, sew these shut with the invisible joins. Then I'm going to have to do tons of, no, this is for another project. These are for another project. This size is the one we have to work on. So anyway, ooh, I just thought, oh, just hit me. We will have to discuss what are the colors of Carlin's team?
Colors of
The tiger?
yeah, right there on the wall.
The tiger?
Yeah, that one I wanted you to make the tiger. Also, I think I was like, oh, you can make me a blanket in that color. But you already have. I'm looking at the colors right now. I was actually looking at it earlier, thinking, yeah, you could make Carlin colors.
Yep. Okay.
Our daughter knows someone kind of famous.
Our daughter does someone kind of famous. And that, but it would be in the area. No. What I'm saying is for the Summer World Tour, we have to do something that highlights your county, state, town, city, or random craft brain, whatever.
Yeah, but I don't know if doing Carlin's professional team would work for your local area because that's actually in another state.
But would she be a team that we would follow for what she does?
I mean, we don't have a professional team for what she does.
We'll see.
We will at some point, but in a different league. They just announced it weeks ago.
But flip the top blue yellow and it will be every other one. Okay, hold on. Okay. 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 I got you, Panther. Okay. So,
Did you see the Zammy things I sent you yesterday?
no, I did not see anything you sent me yesterday. I'm going to be honest. I'm not even going to pretend that I even know what you're talking about.
They were Winnie the Pooh characters. So there was Pooh, Eeyore, or not Eeyore, Tigger. They had one of the other ones. And
Okay.
they were, they were, but you don't make them. You know those things as young kids we had were plastic. We had toys where like a long cylinder and we put the different rings on it.
Yeah.
Well, it was crochet of one of those.
Yeah. Kind of like, hold on.
And like the Pooh and Tigger and whatever. So they kind of look like a Pooh and a Tigger at the end of it. Like,
Oh, I didn't know I was.
showing it to the whole screen.
Yeah. No, I'm not. Here it is, like this.
Yeah. You put the head on. Yeah, but that's way more detailed right there. Whoever did that one.
That's Axis.
That's way.
So now that we're in Discord and I've just strummed through everything, I'm gonna go. Axis bought some new pets yesterday. These are his 3 new. He rescued these 3 little. That looks like a little snake plant. He rescued these 3 little plants yesterday from a plant fair. Cressy says he's seen those things too. He's seen the plant. I mean, not Anna Rita said plants. He's seen the crochet ring stack things. I know a good one.
Project. Turtle mop pops off.
Huh?
Your turtle mop pops up on YouTube because that's where when I was trying, I said I was going to figure out where you got the recent subs from. It was almost a million.
Oh, okay.
It's up like 400.
But yeah. So, and again, here's Luca and the box and Finn. I love them. They're just too cute. And hold on, we're gonna go back down. This is where Crafty was. This is what he was making Princess B for. And I give Peepop all of hers this last weekend when I spent with her. Crafty, you should have seen her go through it. Like every one of them was. Oh, I like this one. I like this one. She was like constantly. It was crazy. And then let's see. This is Axis's dragon he did yesterday. Well, he didn't do this yesterday. He posted it. And then What a Yarn Holic did this. And I was going to ask Kayla about these, what she thought about that. Since she had said they like the fruits. And then this is the Pikmin. This is Linda's bee. I love the bee. Love the bee. And then Crafty did these. And I'm going to go back because I got a lot of the crafts for this. And he did a whole stream on it. It was like a mystery craft, and everybody just had to have the project pieces and then one at a time. I love it. And I've got all the stuff for it. So they're putz houses. Putz houses. Putz. Putz. You make it your own style. And then this is Pony. And then this is Emma.
The palette.
She did
The piece.
painting of Luca. And I can't make it any bigger. But yes. So anyway, I know I just went through all that and everybody would have probably loved to seen it all again. But sometimes I feel like, do you really want to? I still need to work on mine. I got distracted with Minecraft. We were looking at something the other day and somebody said something to me and I said, oh, that looks like Minecraft. Somebody was doing a craft at work or something. And I said, oh, that looks like a Minecraft. Oh, the girl that I work with, she brought her kids to work. They had to be at work with her for about an hour until her sister-in-law could pick them up because she had a doctor's appointment real early in the morning. And he made a little fox and it looked like a Minecraft fox because of the way it was all blocked out and everything. And so, yeah. I was like, okay. Oh, okay. Pull that out like that. So these are the fun times. An ad break is starting soon. And I am going to. This means you need to go outside. There is an official Minecraft crochet book coming out next month. Wow. I kind of wanted to make a Put's house like Supreme is doing at Fairy House. Ooh. I know I saw hers yesterday. I was like, that was really kind of cute. I liked it. You should do it, Crafty. I have to Jingle Shark was saying that when she comes for Peep's birthday, that all the girls and them should paint a rock to go in my front flower bed, which is a rock bed. It's not a flower bed, it's a rock bed. And I said, yes, I would be up for that. A decorative rock for each one of them. And make it their own style, whatever they wanted to put on it. I've got to get all my other stuff out there. Maybe we'll do that next weekend. And get out there and I watched this guy on Instagram. He took baking soda and poured it on all of his weeds, and then a rainstorm come through, and he literally said he showed the before and the after, and it literally the baking soda literally killed all the weeds. I don't know what baking soda has in it, but it being, I would think baking soda would be more safe than a pesticide would. I'm going to look at something real fast. Let me turn this off. Okay. Okay. I'm doing this because this is what I'm going to do, because this is the easiest thing to do, because I'm crazy like that. Let's do this. Okay. Okay. Brain's not working as well as it should be. But when does it ever work as well as it should be? Okay. Welcome back. Welcome back, everyone. We're going to do these squares and then we're going to start attaching them. started watching a movie the other day, an old movie. Well, I shouldn't say an old movie because it's not. It's an it's an a recent movie, but an older movie. Like I start watching movies like okay, it's a Jack Black movie. It's not Minecraft, but because we were talking about Minecraft, but it's the house with the clocks in the wall or clock in the walls or something like that. So I get on these kicks with these. I just posted in the pet section. Okay. I did it that way. Pets. Oh, hold on. This is too cute. Okay, everybody, look at this. His pet donkey, David Asselhoff. I think that's what you said. Asselhoff? Asselhoof. Asselhoof. I love that. That is too cute. Y'all, look at that little donkey. Now, where did you get it? Yes, I got it, David Hasselhoff. I know who you're talking about. The Baywatch guy. That's the only thing I can oh, and the Knight Rider. He was in the Knight Rider. What is his name? Michael in Knight Rider? Michael? The World Class Hooker sent that to me the other. Ah, that is so adorable. That is so sweet, too. I really need to get my butt back into maybe when I work for Hobo or two. I don't know. David Hasselhoff. I just that car, Knight Rider. Yeah, the car's name was Kit, but his name was Michael, wasn't it? Yeah, Michael Knight.
I don't
Our shows were kind of weird. Like I remember
They were weird things.
they were. Like my favorite show when I was a kid, like, and I'm gonna say before the age of 10, was TJ Hooker.
There was this show. I don't remember the name of it.
I'm just letting everybody see the David Hasselhoff. Okay. Hasselhoff.
Hassel.
Yes.
Hassel.
Yes. Okay, what was your show?
It was these 4 teams, and I could almost swear that Courtney Cox played one of the girls.
Okay.
They may not be teens, they may have been young adults.
Okay, just tell us what
And they had like mutant powers.
and it wasn't the Teenage Mutant, the Power Rangers.
Power Rangers.
It wouldn't have been Courtney Cox. Would it have been Courtney Cox? She's not that much older than you. Courtney Cox is dead? She's not dead? Matthew Perry is passed away.
If she was a teen in the show.
Yeah, she could have been. I don't know what show that would have been.
Yeah.
I know. He just now figured out she's 62. She's not dead. It's the wrong friend that passed away. Because I think that was Matthew Perry.
Yeah, it only had it had low whatever, and it only had 16 episodes due to low ratings. Went from 1985 to 1986, so it would have been about 11, 12. So Misfits of Science. The show followed a group of human anomalies recruited by researchers to help solve bizarre cases.
Oh,
And Courtney Cox starred as Gloria Denali, a troubled teenager with telekinetic powers. So I was right.
yep.
It was.
I don't know what planet you lived on to watch that because I don't.
Yeah. I'm surprised the internet even has it exist. Because I'm for one season, so let's see if anybody else from the cast became anything. But it's crazy that I remember it. Right?
Maybe you had a thing for Courtney Cox.
At that time, I really did.
Okay,
She was
that's probably
a
why.
teenager.
Yeah,
But no, it's just weird that I remember the show. Like, I don't recognize Amy.
you know, like who?
I mean, they're nobodies, and I'm gonna start reading up on them.
Oh, well, they're nobodies,
I mean, they are. I mean, I don't even know if these people have been in. Some people obviously just made an appearance in a couple episodes.
right?
Mark Thomas Miller, Kevin Peter Hall, Dean Paul Martin. They all have 3 names.
Maybe she was the only one that made it because she had two.
It probably isn't even.
Well, if you went on Wikipedia, it would tell you what she was born as.
No, it is a real name. Courtney. Again, this is a word that I don't know which way you would pronounce it. Probably Bass. Courtney Bass Cox. But I'll maybe it's Courtney Bass. That's BASS.
Well, it was easy for her to keep her real name because
It's a pretty.
common name. Well, Cox is a common name, I would think.
Well, it's also kind of cool name.
Yeah.
Oh, her parents are Courtney Bass and Richard Lewis Cox. So Bass,
Is her mother's name.
mother's name.
Okay. Let's do this. Two. You probably, when you said Courtney Cox is dead, I could see the people scrambling to Google.
Crafty didn't have to. He's a walking encyclopedia. World history.
He is very good at that. He is very good at that stuff. Like I would say, like Fairy does. Hi, the cat. How are you doing? How are you doing? The cat. How are you doing? Welcome back. Welcome in. Let's see. I am just closing off some granny squares to go along with this granny rectangle I've made. I'm doing the invisible join on them so that I won't have a knot to crochet through when I stitch them together. Okay. Those are done. I think I still have to make more of those. But I want to get everything sewn together as best as possible. I just when I get to attaching this together, I am doing great today. How are you doing? I am doing great. Just makes it easier when I go to attach these because I'm going to have to um I think I'm going to attach the 3 little ones together in between the 2 and figure it out. I think that's I'm probably gonna have to do a little bit of finagling because I think it's very hard right now. When I tried to attach all of it together the earlier, well, yeah, last night, but someone wanted to go to bed, aka Biscuit. He was like, it's past my bedtime. Could we get to move on? Because, I gotta get my 40 hours of beauty sleep, whatever he feels he needs to get at night. It's my fault. He's the only child, and I'm gonna call him my child, that I've ever had on a sleep schedule. He's never fought me on it. Not even when he was a baby. He just went to bed when I told him he had to go to bed. And now I have to go to bed when he tells me to go to bed now at this time in our life. He keeps me on a schedule. But I was lurking in Supreme Stream yesterday, and she rated out somebody. And shortly after she rated out, I don't know, maybe an hour or so, he was like, it's time for us to go to bed. Let's get on it. And then he was wanting me up at 7:30 this morning. He's like, I gotta eat. Knowing full well that Monday through Friday, he does not eat at 7:30 in the morning. But since I'm home, he's like, I gotta eat. I gotta eat. Yep, yep. I love him to death. Wouldn't take anything for him. Wouldn't take anything for him. Maybe a nickel. You hear that, Biscuit? You're worth a nickel, bud. Okay, let's do this because it is getting. Um, okay. Okay. Let me look at that class. Okay. Okay, guys, we're going to go over to Supreme Doom. We're going to rate her today. I will put in my Discord whether I will be doing any streams over this week when I'm looking. Hopefully I will have the hot dog finished and posted on Instagram. I do have a couple other things that I want to do, and it's just easier for me to go ahead and do it while I stream because you guys keep me on track and keep me accountable. But I've loved everything that we've done today, and I will see y'all later. Bye.